My name is Joanna D. I grew up on the East Coast, but I have lived in California now for over 20 years. I'm a mom of 2 girls, and I have been active always, whether it was sports when I was younger, or I did a lot of running, especially right after I had my kids, and then CrossFit more recently. I first made the phone call because I had had an MRI. I had been having pain for a while, had an MRI which showed a large herniated disc, and from there, from my first visit, I just was able to maintain not only being active, but then actually getting stronger in the process, and I would say healing and being able to do all the things I love to do. Honestly, because I've told many friends this, I feel as though physical therapy is just the best option when you're injured at all, to not have to go through whether it's pain medications or surgery. And I just definitely believe in physical therapy, of getting well and getting to the root of the problem and fixing things. From my first visit again, there was never a rush on time. Like I met with Dr. Carlo, and it was the free discovery visit, but I don't remember, I felt like it was longer than 20 minutes. He just took the time, listened to what I said. I think the first thing he said was like, tell me your story. And so I did. It was nice. I'm like, okay. So just kind of listened to all aspects of what I said. And then also from that first visit, he gave me the plan. And then he also said, I want you to stay active. Because I was ready to just be like, okay, I'm just not going to be an active person anymore and kind of give up. But his first thing was like, I want you to keep being active, and just kind of like giving me permission to do that, which just was awesome. So for me, I was having a lot of glute issues. I had been working out a lot and running a lot, and I want to say in like August of the year that I came, or prior, I honestly just went for a run and I could not run. I actually could not do it physically, and I remember sitting on the sidewalk crying because I couldn't believe it. I'd never not been able to physically run, but the pain had gone down from my glute to my calf. And so I just kind of thought, I'll just ice it, stretch it, it'll get better. And so for months, I kind of would do that, and I would feel like tingling, and I still just was like, oh no, I just have a tight muscle or something like that. Then finally, that was August, and then finally in January, so about however many months later, I got an MRI because it had just kind of been going on for long enough, and it turned out I had a large herniated disc in my L5-S1, about 7 to 8 centimeters, which is a larger one, I think. And so from there right away, I knew I needed to get more. I need to do something beyond icing. And it was really to my back. And so that kind of scared me because you hear back. And so I didn't want surgery, or at least I would like that to be the last option. And so I honestly Googled physical therapists, and Empower popped up with a high review, and I called, and they made an appointment for me like 2 days later, and that's how I got in. I waited about 6 months to come and see a physical therapist in general. I just think you will kind of push things off. That makes it not a big deal. Like, oh, it will just get better. I also did kind of think I just have a tight muscle in my glute, and it will heal if I just rest or that kind of thing. We didn't have the best insurance at the time, but I also hadn't looked into physical therapists to know the cost. Yeah, I would just say more, I just was hoping the problem would go away. That'd be my number one reason of not doing it sooner. I knew it was time to do something different, honestly, when I went to get an MRI, and I couldn't deny what the MRI results were, of showing like, yes, you have a herniated disc and bulging, actually, or I forget all the terminology, but yeah. And the doctor who did the MRI, I was a cash patient, so he told me the results right away, and he was kind of floored that I didn't have more pain, or he was telling me right away about surgery. And so my heart I literally cried there. So that is why. So then I quickly called a physical therapist. Well, I feel awesome. So since coming to see you here at Empower Fitness, I actually feel better and stronger than I have, I want to say, ever. I think sometimes you don't realize how badly you felt until you feel better. By having to work on my issues and like pulling away at the onion, or the layers of the onion, I've actually gotten a lot stronger. Working on my issues of my back has caused my core to get a lot stronger, and from there everything. So I actually feel better than I ever have. Truly. So now that the pain, I don't have the pain anymore, I'm able to do honestly just everything that I had not been doing. I'm able to run without pain. In CrossFit, I'm able to do all of the movements, you know, that are prescribed or that are asked to do. I'm able to work on things more in CrossFit. I have more body awareness and confidence, so I think I'm doing even more than I was because of that. I would say regarding the support from the staff, it's awesome. Very personable, nothing like it. I never feel rushed on time. And I know it sounds funny, but sometimes you can go to a doctor's office and you know that they just want to get on to their next patient, or and so it's never, from the discovery visit to every single visit, it's never been that way. Everybody is friendly, from like the door to the calling to everything, all of the everyone. And then also for Dr. Carlo, knowing what I am interested in doing in terms of CrossFit things, I really appreciated how he would on his own time look up videos or check things out to know, like, oh, when we do toes to bar, what exactly does that mean? How am I doing them? Why is her back hurting when she's doing that? And break it down. That meant a lot to me. So the impact that you have had on my life, now that I'm pain-free, is I don't forget it. And if I ever, even if I start to feel, you can start to feel good and you're like, okay, you almost start to forget, like, oh, I was hurting. I don't know but I don't want to forget, because I don't want to ever go back to that pain. I don't want to get, what's the word? Like, I'm gonna use the word lazy, but that's not even necessarily the best word, but I don't want to not listen to my body. If I ever feel like, I want to make sure I'm listening to my body and always working on things, working on mobility and strengthening, because I feel so great now. I don't want to ever go back to how I felt then. My biggest goal of coming to Empower was, honestly, I wanted to feel better. Yes, I really did not want to have surgery. Not that, I understand that has to be a reality at times, but if I wanted that to be my last resort. For other people currently thinking of seeking help from Empower, I would say do it. I would say do the free, I believe it's called a discovery visit. I would say do that, it's free. That way you can just share your story and hear what the plan would be. I would say from the financial aspect, I think that, I think it's totally worth the money, or if you're insured, however, I think it's to be able to avoid surgery or just to feel good. I think it's just worth. My most valuable takeaway from my experience is how amazing the human body is, and just how it all works together. Everything is connected. Sometimes, like for myself, the fact that I at one point had calf pain, the fact that it was related to my back, I just didn't, on my own, didn't think that. So I think that's why I put off coming to a doctor so soon. But yeah, just how the body is connected and how we have to work on it from the outer limbs maybe towards the core, and how important that is. And then just it takes work and time, and doing the at-home exercises were really important, being consistent with coming in. All of it, the whole package. I think you have to do the whole package, meaning do the work of meeting with the doctor and do your at-home exercises.